Two ex-WNBA champion breaks silence on joining Caitlin Clark at Indiana Fever. After spending 3 seasons with the Las Vegas Aces, Sydney Colson is taking her talents to Indiana Fever. And honestly, this couldn't have been a better move for Indiana. They needed a solid backup point guard for Caitlin Clark, and well, they just landed a 2-time WNBA champion to fill that role. But while Indiana's front office is pumped about the addition, what does Colson herself think? Well, in classic Sydney Colson fashion, she took to Twitter with a hilarious response. "Y'all saying I got traded so much that I'm starting to believe it." Yes, that's how she addressed the news. No grand statements, no emotional tributes, just peak Colson energy. However, earlier the former Aces started to express how thrilled she is. "I am very excited for this new opportunity with Indiana. I know several players and coaches from the Fever, and I trust what I know about them," she said. "I'm excited to be a part of the vision that the staff has for this team, and I'm ready to get to work," she added. And she's bringing a wealth of experience to the table. The 6-time playoff vet was part of the Aces' back-to-back title runs. Over her career, she's averaged just 2.8 points and 1.6 assists. But her reliable shooting from the field, 40.4%, and 3-point shooting, 37.8% last season, tough defense, and most importantly, a 10-year vet who's played for 5 different teams makes her an asset for the team. So, it's no surprise that Indiana's front office is thrilled. General Manager Amber Cox couldn't have put it better. Sydney is a proven veteran. She brings a championship pedigree to the Fever, adding depth to our point guard position. "We have the utmost confidence in her ability to step into any situation and deliver on both ends of the floor," she said. But Colson isn't the only major addition. They've already signed 2 championship-winning forwards, Natasha Howard and DeWanna, and pulled off a trade for sharpshooter Sophie Cunningham. The Fever already had a solid core with Caitlin Clark, Aliyah Boston, the last 2 WNBA Rookies of the Year, and Kelsey Mitchell. Not to forget, this is the same squad that broke a 7-year playoff drought last season. So, with these additions, it's only natural that Indiana is looking like a serious title contender. And CC couldn't be happier about it. Caitlin Clark reacts as Fever load up with championship talent. Caitlin Clark was front and center at yet another big Indiana Fever moment. This time, DeWanna's introductory press conference. Sitting in the front row, she nodded along as Bonner answered questions and even laughed when their little on-court playoff spat was brought up. After the presser, the 23-year-old took her turn with the media, and she's absolutely hyped about what's brewing in Indiana. Clark couldn't help but praise Fever's front office, saying they've done a solid job of building a team that just makes sense. "I think Kelly and Amber have done a really good job of finding pieces that fit, and it makes me excited about the future," she said. But it's not just about adding talent. It's about adding the right kind of talent. Clark pointed out that last year, the Fever's lack of playoff experience was glaring. "We didn't really have much experience at all playing in playoff games. We really lacked in that area," she admitted. Now that's no longer a problem. With Bonner, Howard, Colson, and Cunningham, Indiana has players who've been in the trenches, battled in the finals, and know exactly what it takes to win. The 2024 roadie loves the leadership and chemistry these new additions bring. So, with all these positive vibes floating around in Indiana, the only thing left is to see how this premium roster delivers when they hit the court.